Hey guys, today I have a cigar that I've really been looking forward to. It's a newer release here in the US. It's already been released in Europe, but it's been out for less than a year here in the US. It's VegaFina Fortaleza 2 Robusto in the tubo. So it's in the nice tube. Really nice presentation. With the VegaFina with the wreath, black, silver, and red. It's called Fortaleza 2. There's the VegaFina logo. It says hecho a mano, handmade. Little warning there. This is VegaFina is one of my favorite brands, and I've only had one of their blends. Their basic one, the Connecticut wrapped, which is very nice. So yeah, I guess this is a darker wrapper, maybe darker notes in it. Really nice tube, nice and thick. This goes for, I got this for around $6, $6.50. It's a 5x50 Robusto. VegaFina is owned by, I was going to show you guys a little, it came with a little sponge. Here's the presentation. Nice, comes with a cedar wrap. Nice cap. Tin, but it's nice and thick. Comes with a cedar strip in there. With a little white sponge. Really nice. For $6, you get a nice portable cigar, which you should keep humidified. That's not an excuse to keep it unhumidified, but I've never taken it out of the tube, and it's quite perfect. It has a little bit of give on the band. Anyway, it's owned by Altaldes, which is owned by Garcia, Tabacalera Garcia, which is pretty much the biggest company of cigars and I guess tobacco. They make Montecristo and H. Upmann, among others. So has a lot of financial backing, and yeah, this is it was doing really good in Europe, and little by little they've started to release their blends here in the US. This came out last year in IPCPR, and before that, you know, they bring them out little by little. They're already well known in Europe. They bring them out little by little over here, and they're starting to become really well known here as well. So this has a San Andres Criollo wrapper. It's made by the Turrent family. I also have a Turrent cigar. I mean, it's spelled Turrent, but I'm guessing the way you pronounce it is Turrent. But yeah, I have a cigar it's called Casa de Turrent, and they make the wrappers for these guys, or for this one. Dominican Olor binder and Dominican Piloto Ligero filler. So the insides are all Dominican. It's a really nice smell. The foot, real sweet, hay, really nice. I'm gonna punch it. The wrapper isn't too sleek, has a lot of tooth. The veins really stick out, a lot of lines, you know, gaps and stuff. But all in all, I don't see why there should be any problems. It has a triple cap. It looks like it was done hastily, and actually this part is, you can't see it in the camera, but it's a different color. It's like 3 different colors, the cap. It's kind of strange. It looks like it was a sloppy job making it, but I mean, this I like very much. Really love the presentation. The band is beautiful. The VF with the wreath. It says VegaFina, handmade, hecho a mano. Really nice. Definitely a darker color than the original. Or than their name brand, which doesn't, it just says VegaFina. Oh, forgot to punch it. So I've had this for about 2 weeks, 2-3 weeks. I showed you guys this in that humidor video. I showed you guys that quick video to show you guys what I got. I picked up some cigars that day, and showing you what I was going to be reviewing. This was one of them. Really excited about it. I don't hear anything about this. I mean, I'm sure there are reviews already, but no one that I know smokes them. I guess it's still pretty much under the radar. It's not really super well known here yet. But it's a very economic, I'm just going to use a lighter. Very economic line of cigars, very cheap, very good quality. And frankly, I prefer it over their other brands. like Monte Cristo and H. Upman. Not crazy about Monte Cristo. Has a cool name, has a cool symbol, but that's about it. All those three major brands, or four major brands, Partagas, Monte Cristo, Romeo y Julieta, and H. Upman, to me they all taste the same. They all have cool names, cool symbols. They're all over 100 years old, I guess, but to me they're all very generic. So I'm surprised that this VegaFina is made by the same company, because I find them to be completely different from the other ones, from all those other major companies. It's hard to light it with this in the day because you can't see the flame. There, you see it's invisible, so it's really hard to gauge the flame. So I charred it a little bit, but did an okay job. Has really a little bit of a tight draw. The draw's a little bit tight. I get a little bit of pepper right away. Yeah, I get some pepper. There we go, nice thick smoke. Okay. Yeah, definitely get some pepper. And the very, very light sweetness. It's not super sweet, but there's some sweetness there. I get some pepper. Get a bit of spice. It's real light tobacco. It's real like lighthearted. So I was expecting it to be a little bit stronger. I mean, just because of the imposing black tube, but it has some really nice detail, which you probably won't be able to see in the camera. But it's got like the VegaFina, like really light in the background, whole bunch. Lots of detail. This is very nice for the price. It's like the Monte Cristo ones, but I mean the Macanudo ones. But the Macanudo ones aren't as good quality as this. They're a lot thinner. And as you know, Macanudos cost a good $2-3 more than that. To get a Macanudo on this size would probably be around $8. I got this for $6. Has a nicer tube, and to me it's a better cigar, just from what I'm having now. Not crazy about the Macanudo line. My first cigar was a Macanudo. My first cigar ever was a Macanudo Portofino. It was like in a Lancero format. It's like long and thin. It was my first ever cigar. Portofino by Macanudo. Came in the white tube. And I overpaid a lot for it, I think. I got it at a... a cigar lounge owned by... in downtown Disney in Orlando. They have a cigar lounge, but it's owned by a really big... I forgot who it was. I think it's... not sure. I think it's... I want to say AJ Fernandez, but I'm not sure, so don't quote me on that, but yeah, it's owned by a really big name. He has a little cigar lounge there with a walk-in humidor, and pretty much everything in there is overpriced, but you know, I walked in. That was the first time I ever walked into a place like that, and when I walked inside the walk-in humidor, it was just perfect. It was the nicest one I've ever seen. It was all closed, and it was really cramped. It looked like a basement cellar. And they had all the cigars lined up in wooden shelves. And they just looked so nice. All the different bands and different sizes, the cool names. You know, they reminded me of like the time, you know, like 17th century, 18th century, like Napoleon, the Man in the Iron Mask, the Count of Monte Cristo. Reminded me of the Three Musketeers, like that era, that imperial, you know, Victorian age. And it was just really cool. Just the bands, the names, all that, and you can just tell by looking at it. Even if you know nothing about cigars, you know that there's hundreds of years of history, you know, behind them. And since I love history, that's one of the main things that got me into it. Knowing that you know, some of these labels are hundreds of years old, have a lot of tradition. You know, even cigars, you know, without brands, just cigars in general, all the history they have, and tobacco. But the one cigar that really got my attention with the band which I didn't smoke until way after, was La Sirena. Just had an awesome band, and I couldn't get it out of my head even after I left. I didn't buy it because the guy there told me, it was really strong for beginners. So I said, okay, whatever. So I got a Portofino. I paid like $16 for it, for a Portofino by Macanudo, and yeah, that's way overpriced. Not just for the cigar itself, for the quality, but just way above retail. And that cigar is not worth $16, not by a long shot. So I'm getting some more spice, some more pepper. Still a little bit of sweetness. It's a medium body. Sorry if I take so long to tell you guys, but my mind wanders off. It's it has something else here in the back, like hard to pinpoint it. It leaves like a bitter sourness, but it's not bad. It's like, leaves me bitter, like like when you have lemon water, like when you have lemon, but it's watered down. It's not like a really strong, zesty citrus. It's like a watered down lemon, like when you have lemon water. I have that in the back floating about, some pepper. Again, it's not a pepper bomb, but it has some pepper. And yeah, it tastes like a different tobacco. It tastes more refined. It's like a bolder, if that makes sense. It's more bold. It's bold tobacco. It tastes refined. And it has that lemon, that citrus, but it's very weak. I guess that's what you would call it. But it's not like getting a lemon and squeezing it in your mouth. It's more like watered down, like lemon water. Okay, the draw's opened up a lot. It's still kind of a medium, not too loose, not too hard. Show you guys the punch I made. It's pretty deep. Yeah, it has a little bit of give. I can put my finger in about a millimeter, 2 millimeters in. Alright guys, I'll do a part 2. Very enjoyable so far. Here's 13 minutes in. Here's the burn line. A little bit weird. I don't think it's a big deal. But I'll do a part 2 definitely. So I have to go answer the door. So until next time guys, do a part 2.